Hello everyone, this is Selkick, also known as Paul Elia, and it is time to play a little bit of Garry's Mod. You guys all left some great comments. A lot of people wanted to see some space builds. A lot of people wanted to see Stargate stuff. So I've decided that to start off with, I'm gonna kind of go through some of the Stargate stuff. And so I have loaded up, not an empty flat grass world, as you might have assumed, but an actual, let me no clip and peek out into the void, a Stargate themed collection of worlds. So it features a big flat grass spawn area, but as you can see, there are lots and lots of other places you can Stargate to. Here, I'll pull up the list of just ones that are available from here. There are even more than this that don't appear on this short list, and that has to do with some of the properties of Stargates that I will be talking about as we do stuff. So I've got ooh, oh hey, look at that! In the time it took me to download and install stuff, my version of the Carter Addon Pack is out of date. So I'll have to update that for next time. So there's lots and lots of stuff here that we can set up and use. Miscellaneous devices, there are some spaceships, rings, gates, some weapons. These are like, you place them and wire mod them up. These are more of the handheld. These are handheld equipment items. These are handheld items themselves. Oh, they added Wraith Blaster, Wraith Hand. That's cool. That's cool. A couple NPCs, and I assume these are going to be, yeah, the buttons and the spheres and the all sorts of good stuff. And over here we've got cloaks, harvesters, irises, ramps, all sorts of stuff. Okay. So I've got to wait for this to finish generating spawn icons before I can move around, because it is super laggy. 15, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, done. Okay. So I think the best thing to do would be to get a base of operations. And so I want to check out, it's got this alpha base. I want to see what the alpha base looks like. Be sure to stand a good distance away. So those of you who play Garry's Mod but have never seen either the movie or the TV show, basically Stargates create these wormhole portals, commonly referred to as puddles because they look like puddles of water. And when you jump through, you arrive somewhere else. And this is possibly the dumbest base. A lot of the maps you'll go to are just like these rooms. Just blank rooms, and I'm not sure if it's because this is like a work in progress map, or if it's not meant to actually be really used for stuff. So this is pointless. This continuing on Stargate 101, that's the Stargate. It has star constellations, and that represent the addresses of the various planets they're on. In Garry's Mod, however, it has been simplified to being letters, numbers, and the @ symbol. And pound is the it's called the point of origin in the show. It's basically just you always have to put pound at the end. It has to do with the science behind it. And so you can do what I'm doing and just click on the middle button press E on the middle button. And it pulls up the list. See, now we've got some more. We've got Milky Way group. We got some Destiny group, Pegasus group, Ida group. I wanted to head to the SGC, or you can actually type the address, which is SGC B01. So if I type this in, it's gonna take me a while. S. It lights up. GC B01. So I've typed in my 6 letters or numbers. And now pound is highlighted because it wants me to put pound at the end. and then you tap the center button to confirm the address. And so this is actually a bit more of a base in terms of it has long dark hallways, doors that don't open, and these long dark hallways wrap all the way around. It's got this. There should be an elevator here, but in fact it's just a door. And it's got a nice room here with a view of the Stargate, and another room up here with kind of a still of a view in there, but it's less of an amazing view. So I think I'm going to make this my base of operations. And I'm going to be kind of just using all of the Stargate technologies together. So one of the first things I want to add to my base is a Keno dispenser, and I'm going to put that right here, and I'm going to weld it to the world. So Kenos were introduced in SGU, Stargate Universe. They're like they're floating camera balls, basically. So I'm going to give myself the Keno remote control, and so it has Keno. It has different modes. Keno control, which if I had a Keno out, I could press it and it would give me the Keno view, and I would be controlling the Keno instead of my player. Stargate dial control, which I can look at the Stargate and it will bring me up my menu. If there happens to be, as you might notice, there's no DHD anywhere near this gate. And ring dial control, if there were a set of ring transports, that would go off. So I'm going to give myself a Keno, and I'm going to go into Keno control view. Oh, I bounced into the wall. I bounced into the wall. I'll pull away from the wall a bit. Okay. Huh. For some reason, I'm invisible to the Keno. Okay, no matter, no matter. So I'm going to dial, and while I was messing around, I noticed that this gate labeled Water World, something interesting happened when you dialed it. So the Stargate will activate, and it does this because there's something wrong with the gate on the other side. So let's send the Keno through. Oh. The Stargate is completely underwater, and the dial home device is broken. So let us raise up and let's see if... Okay. So there is a surface to the ocean. What's the down control? Okay, down is control, up is spacebar. Okay, so we want to leave our Keno close to the Stargate because we might want to go back and retrieve it at some point. But I was just curious to see what this is, and I didn't necessarily want to send my person over there if I was going to drown. So that's a place we might explore in the future. Now then. We got this set up. We can send Kenos through. You can just come up and you can use this to get Kenos. I'm pretty sure if you try to get more Kenos than currently, or maybe it's under this. Stargate Conbars. Ooh, 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 ooh. There's lots of stuff in here. Enable no dial menu. Okay, I'm not really sure. Convar. Okay, here we go. Keno limits. Keno dispenser limit 1. Is there actually like a Keno limit itself? Maybe, maybe not. Who knows? The texture on those menus is kind of hard to read. Anyway. What was I thinking about? Oh, yes. They have these. That they're these mobile DHD spawners. that you can use wire with. A lot of these are controlled by wire. And so I think one of the first things I want to do, though, is set up an iris. I don't want it bound to a key. So I'm gonna just do this. Oh, that doesn't look very good. What's this one look like? Oh, that looks much better. So this is called an iris. It basically prevents things from either going into the Stargate or coming out of the Stargate. So when this is closed, this Stargate basically becomes unusable. Things, you can still get a connection. The Stargate will still connect to other Stargates, which means you can use like radio to go back and forth. But you can't actually send things through, which, you know, is good or bad, depending on what you want to do. So I'm going to go to wire, and I'm going to get myself a I/O, a button, and I happen to like not these are the Stargate buttons right here. We've got Atlantis button, Asgard button, and Destiny button. How big is this? That's really small. They're all sideways. I wish you could like rotate buttons before you place them. That'd be so handy. I think I'm gonna use just a light switch then. And I'm gonna plop the light switch here. And I believe there's a namer, and I'm going to name this oops, not Q iris. Iris. What do I have my buttons set for again? Oh, I want it toggle. And then I want to wire advanced. Oops. Didn't mean to hit no clip. I'm going to set activate of the iris, not the Stargate, of the iris itself to the output of this button. So button is set to 0, iris is set to open, button is set to 1, iris is set to closed. Now then, if we look at the Stargate with the tool gun, you'll see we have a variety of options. There's the dial address. Dial address causes the gate to dial, and it dials the string. Dial mode changes how quickly the thing dials. Not entirely sure what this one does. This one turns it off. This one holds the gate open. If the gate doesn't detect anything going through it, it will just sit there idly. You can transmit information through the Stargates. You can rotate the ring. You can set the ring speed. You can make the lights come on. You can set this to be the Stargate command type of Stargate. You can set the point of origin, and you can disable the menu. Right now, oh, and you've got, so if I do activation alarm, set to inbound. Now anytime there's an inbound connection, this will make an alarm, and we'll make smoke go to open, because why not? So now when it's open, this thing smokes. If I just approach the Stargate and push E, I get the dial menu. I also get the ability to name it, set what group it's part of, and give it an actual like text name to appear in the list. You can disable that menu with wire though, so other people can't come up and fiddle with it. Of course, depending on the permissions of the server, they can always undo your wiring, but yeah, that's up to you to decide when you're doing multiplayer. I'm gonna try to do multiplayer stuff with some friends soon enough, but I'm working on setting that up, so it's gonna take a little while. That is a huge switch. That's a big button. That's a big switch. A portal button. A gas burner knob thing. So I want this button to be spin ring. And I'm just gonna cheaty no clip. So now when I click this button, quite literally, all it does is spin the ring. Just like that. It's not actually doing anything. And I don't know, let's just test. Okay, so yeah, having the ring set to spin does not stop it from doing wormhole connections. And see, the iris is closed, but the gate is still on. Yada 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 yada. Okay, I need a big red button. Big red button. Big red button. Big red button. I'm gonna put that over here. I'm gonna name this wire. Oops. Name this shut down. Okay, so we're gonna have the shutdown button. We're also going to have, oh, dink, dink. We don't want the shutdown button to be toggle. We do want this one to be toggle though. And this one is going to be named keep open. So let's wire these up. We're gonna set close to that and disable auto close to that. So when this is turned on, it should hold the gate open for as long as it possibly can. If I push this button though, the Stargate should automatically shut itself down. Now then, where is it? Where is it? Animated ramps, key binding settings. There's doors that you can place. They're not gonna fit in this particular world, but that's okay. Tokra shield controls, Tolan, weapon deactivators, floor chevrons. Oh, control panels, those are always handy. I thought that there was an iris control panel. MISC devices, maybe? No, I don't see it. I do not see it. Did they get rid of the... No, they got the GDO. So how do you... I'm sorry, guys. It's been a while since I've used this pack. So basically, the GDO... okay, so briefly on the terminology. The DHD I was talking about earlier, which we don't have one here, is DHD stands for Dial Home Device. The GDO stands for Garage Door Opener. And basically what it's meant is that you type in your password here. So let's say my password is, oh, it's numbers only, 1234. Save and exit. I push left click, and if I was standing near an open Stargate, it would send the code 1234 through the Stargate. What you want to have is a device on the other side that reads the codes and then can deactivate the iris for you. Because if I were to go to wire and wire advanced and set, I need to push this button. Set the activate of the iris to be inbound, let's say. Hold on, taking a sip of water. Okay. To the inbound, then the iris, anytime the Stargate received an inbound thing, the iris would close. But you want to be able to turn that off, and I don't remember how you do it, so I will have to look into it. So for now, it's just going to be our button. So I'm going to set up one more thing, and then we're going to go off and do something else for a few minutes before the end of the video. I need a screen. I need a screen. No. I need a digital screen, lamp, pixel screen, text screen. Screen, yeah, okay. Use only one value. Where are the? Okay, here's the models. Let's have it be a computer monitor. Okay. Only one value. Gonna name it Chevron. And then I'm going to do wire advanced A of the chevron to be the chevron locked. So let me pull out my, I'm pretty sure the Keno remote will work from this far. So if I open Stargate dial and I dial, let's say, the grass world. Oh, that's, oh, right. I wired that to the wrong one. That was supposed to just go to chevron. So that tells you how many of the actual numbers have been inputted, which is really handy if you have to manually add them through a non-Stargate device, which we may or may not set up. It depends on if Garry's mod will let me save. So I'm going to open this, and we're going to head through the gate. Okay. So because I went through, it should wait a tick or two and then shut itself off. Oh, that's right. I have it set to always on back at the base, so it's actually holding it on, but you can remotely turn them off. So that's good. Let's see here. Other Stargate things we could do. I'm not entirely sure. We could, for fun, grab a puddle jumper. And fly it around. Puddle jumpers are from the great show Stargate Atlantis. Oh, okay, so that's dial. G. C. Oh, no, B. X. How do I close the flippin' door? T. Y. No, that's talk. Let's look it up. Oh, no, wrong thing. Okay. So we want the jumper settings. Okay, so move. Fire drone, track drones. Backspace is self-destruct. Alt is cloak. Okay, DHD is R. Shift, toggle, weapon pods is Q. Oh, okay. 2 for the door, F for the light, G for the shield. Okay. So 2 for the door. 2. Okay, that's much handy. So shift should, shift opens the engines and the weapons, which aren't firing. Alt. Yeah, Alt is the cloak. So that would render us invisible. If you're playing on a server, technologies like the cloak, they do really render you completely invisible. So now let me show you something that's great. You may notice that, hey, this looks like it'll fit through the Stargate, and actually, you are 100% right, it will. So let's dial it up. I'm gonna head into, oops, don't want those out. Put those away. And I want to be in first person to try and get this to fit through. And oh, go. Uh-oh. So we are stuck. You'll notice that you can only see the part of the model that comes out. That is very clever programming by the creator's parts. Oh, this is not good. I hit backspace, but we did not self-destruct. There we go. Something is creating errors. Alright, So, taking vehicles through is not always super successful. Let's try taking a DeLorean through the Stargate just to get our fandoms crossed, and we'll head back to the desert. Beep bop boop boop bop. Hopefully it will. Yeah, there we go. Interesting. So it wouldn't let the DeLorean go through. Okay. Science, people. Science. Let's try an airboat. The good old airboat. So the airboat worked. Yay, we're on the desert planet. Okay, so that is an introduction to Stargate stuff. There is a whole lot more in this pack. There are energy to power all of the various cloaking devices and whatnots, and all sorts of fun stuff. I guess I can show you a bit more. Let me spawn some citizens. And let me spawn a Wraith dart. Okay. So I need to look up what are the dart settings. I need to know the controls. Harvester C, spit is alt. Okay. So the Wraith have the technology to suck people up into their ships and then shoot them back down. So I could suck them up in here, open this, dial up, I don't know, Dirt World. Dirt World sounds like a fun place to go, doesn't it? Uh-oh. Okay. Hey, the darts are supposed to go through this. You're making me look bad. And, oh, okay, and those burn you. We'll head through the Dirt World, I guess, just to... Ah! And if you go through backwards, you die. So yeah, that's, I think that's everything about the Stargate stuff. I'm going to try to get some space build maps loaded in so that we can build spaceships and go to other planets and set up Stargates and actually be able to do more things with them. But I'm going to stop it here and then try to save so that hopefully we can come back to this world and do more stuff with the Stargates and our DeLorean and all of that good stuff. So I will see you guys next time.